So what can you tell us about daddy-daughter bonding as the season starts off?
I'm just grinning. A big grin. So if that was written, it was a huge grin just opened up over his face.
I'm tweeting
like
now.
the Joker. Yes, please do, because
The Joker.
I think it's going to be awesome. If I can describe it as probably the most dysfunctional, awesome relationship, father-daughter relationship that's going to be on television, to the point that it's actually going to be shocking, which is good. And because I love shocking people on television, but also people are just going to be going, what? He did not, or she didn't. Yeah, so that's really all I can tell you. It's going to be more of I'm just going to shut up. Sorry.
Well, he and Oliver haven't had a proper reunion at this point.
No, they haven't, which is, sorry, go
I
ahead.
was saying, what can you tease about what will come or what you want to see?
Well, I'm a fan myself, so I'm going to talk as John Barrowman, the fan, not what has been written. I would love to see something happen, like if another big major villain came in, that Oliver and Malcolm would have to come together with Roy and Thea. That's John Barrowman, fanboy, loving that, right? Who knows if that would happen. But I would also, I'd love to see, because Stephen and I don't get to do that many scenes together, and the scenes that we have done together, they cut, because they wanted to keep that separation. And that's the unfortunate thing when you have a nemesis, that you're kept. It's like the love story. You don't put them together too soon, because where do you go from there? So who knows if it'll happen this season? It may not be till season 4 or 5. But I'm really looking forward to doing a scene with Steven, because I love doing stuff with him.
Now, we've heard Colin Donnell is returning for a flashback. Is there any chance that flashback might also involve his father?
I don't know. You guys got to understand. I would love, as the fan, I'd love to tell you fucking everything. You know what I mean? Come on. I want to just jump out there and go, you won't believe what's happening. It's awesome. I can't. I just can't. But the thing that might be interesting, if this may give you something, Malcolm is extremely. He's grasping onto Thea because it's the one thing he has left that's part of his family, his life. He lost his son because he wasn't able to control him in the way that he wanted to, emotionally. So perhaps something might come up where this is going to feed on him, or be in his conscience, because he can control physically and by destroying things and with his money, but emotionally he's not good at it.
So one of the things that Greg said is that in terms of Oliver and being consolidated, there would be some sort of lots of changes, and in Oliver's team there'll be a massive influx of cash. Would there be strings attached possibly to that, or are you connected in any way?
All I will say is if I as a rich Malcolm Merlyn am going to give money away, there's going to be cables attached, not strings. You're like a suspension bridge, and I'm holding you up. And at any time, I could snap, 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 and splash.
That'd be interesting.
So eventually,
You're good. You're good. But I'm better.
Eventually, you're gonna meet up with Ollie again at some point, and you weren't dead.
I wasn't dead. Let's just say where I trained.
There were some rejuvenated properties.
Well, if you know the history of Nana Parbat, as I do, because I have that DC encyclopedia next to my bed, and I'm a total geek. Oh yeah, okay, thank you. See, that's what I love. Y'all are geeks yourself. And, geekdom. There's some, rejuvenating qualities, but also he learned how to disguise being dead. Does that make sense? Or pretend to be dead by slowing everything down. So he wasn't really dead. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got up and walked away.
Did any of those rejuvenating qualities help Tommy?
It's really good. I'm just going to look around. Somebody just dropped a bomb. I have no idea. That's awesome, though. That would be really good.
These things called, I know that's that kind of come with some people that you may know. I'm just saying that.
I'm gonna have to shut you up. I'm gonna have to shut your mouth. But in a good way, you'll like it.
Unanswerable question.
What kind of? There's always the story about meeting the daughter meeting the father's date for the father meeting the daughter's date for the first time.
Oh yeah.
What's going to happen?
I have no.
Do you have a plan, or Malcolm have a plan for meeting Roy?
Well, put it this way. Malcolm is not. Although Malcolm hasn't been around, Malcolm would not just show up without knowing what has been going on. So Malcolm, this is again me as the actor, as the person, John Barrowman fan. He's obviously been watching and knowing what has happened, and that's how he's able to come in and then help the situation and manipulate it and take over in a way, right? So he knows that Roy exists.
With the new villain that's coming in, the big...
So whether he likes him or not, that's another story. Is that what we're talking about?
A little bit. Is that what we're talking about?
No. I'm gonna have to shut you up.
With the new big bad that's coming in, the new villain that's coming in, the mysterious villain.
Yeah, who?
So is Malcolm going to be afraid of this person and their connection, or is he going to want to align himself with this person?
I think Malcolm's fear. This is gonna sound a little creepy, but you'll get it. Malcolm's fear is more. It's like an adrenaline pump. So when he gets afraid, he actually gets off on it, in blunt terms. So he doesn't mind fear, because when he gets afraid, it motivates him even more, and it thrills him a little bit because of the risk. And if that person you're alluding to comes in, there's going to be great risk. I'm gonna have to shut all of you up.
Thanks, guys. I gotta take
Sorry. Thank you.